I got a couple things. I opened this one, but I've not actually opened it. So let's see what we got. I saw these on eBay, or there's a bunch of places I've seen them advertised. They're made in the United Arab Emirates, and they're supposed to be 1938 tanker helmets. And initial impressions, there's some rough stuff. The paint is looks like kind of hand painted on. They're not great. They're like, I think these are like $100, maybe 75. I think these are 75, but it's all there. The liner, this kind of fiber shell, looks like it's green. Not bad. Maybe not the best copy out there, but that's okay because, let's set that aside. I also got this one. So let's open this up quick. This one came from What Price Glory. Yeah, there's a big difference already. Just comparing right out of the box, they're very different. So this one took like 22 days to get here, and it was like $75. This one took like 6 days to get here, and it was like 120, something like that. I think maybe 140 with shipping. So maybe double the price, but I think it might be worth it. Something I noticed about this one, I'll go through all this stuff. It's got the Rawlings markings in there. So maybe I'll go through the history real quick before we get into it, because somewhere I've got a real crusty one that we're going to compare it to. So these were initially designed, started in 1938 as a way to look for a better way for armored guys to have something they could wear on their head that they wouldn't get their head banged in by the interior of a tank. They're kind of tight quarters. Something that would accommodate a radio, be ventilated, lightweight, and you could put it on in a hurry without needing a lot of adjustment. So Rawlings initially was given the task of coming up with these because they worked with football helmets. These are essentially just a football helmet, a 30s football helmet with a few tweaks. But Spalding made them, Wilson made them, Sears Saddlery, and Rawlings, of course. There's a few differences. The stitching right here is one of the main ones you'll see. Rawlings is a single, and most of them are a double stitch, more like this. But I'll put pictures. You see them used by mostly tank crews, and these would have been assigned to the tank, not the individual. So like Fury, all those helmets, they claim to be made by What Price Glory. I don't know. There's a few differences that we'll look at a little bit, but motorcycle cop, like MPs wore them. You see pictures of those. And that one picture of a guy in a Jeep with one of these, a couple Germans in there. That's kind of cool. So maybe let's compare the one I don't like as much to the one I like more. This one is actually, oh, it's broken. It's very broken. This one's an Italian one, so it's a very good copy of the US ones. It's not a US made one, I don't think. There's not much left on it to see what it is. But I got it in Italy, so I'm guessing it's an Italian military one. There's no markings on the inside, but there's a few things. The stitching in here is a little bit different from the US ones. But it would have been made for military service. So the first thing I notice is this one's a lot heavier leather. This one, the circles, the vent holes in the shell are not perfectly round. And there's some kind of chips and stuff. Glossy paint, there's a spacer in here. So these little arms are, when you're wearing this, it'll keep the flaps from opening too wide and kind of push the receiver in. That's what these snaps are for, is keep this from over traveling. And then these snaps, you could, in theory, snap it open like that. You don't see a lot of pictures of being worn that way. It's not a great copy, and that gives me an opportunity to try to make it a better copy. Another thing I've noticed is this does not fit well. This piece of, originally it would have been like a fiberglass. This is just like plastic. I think. He's got some lines in there almost like a fiberglass. But it's not a good fit. And then these snaps, so these are an open-ended, kind of bigger snap. And these are just a, I don't know, you can tell the difference. If you're going for something that, oh, look at that. Looks like that snap popped off. This gives me an opportunity to make this look better. It's okay. It's not a good copy, but it is a copy, I guess. So let's move on because I got other stuff to do then. Look at this one. This one, man, look at the difference. It feels a lot better, a lot heavier material. It feels a lot more like that. The holes are perfectly round. These arms have tension. These are real floppy. There's the padding in here for the radio. Like I said, that Rawlings marking is cool. It doesn't have a size. The original ones would have had a size. And these are fiberglass. I found pictures of the, so What Price Glory claims that these were the ones made for Fury. You can see the prop helmets have a double stitch here instead of the single. But you can see the burned one does have that fiberglass look to it. But this feels really nice. I know it's probably a little bit glossier than originals, but let's test a few things. So first off, I like that kind of cross on the back, but more than that, yeah. Snap those there. The snaps are 2 on one way and 1 the other. That's correct. I know some of the earlier What Price Glory ones did not have that. I've heard that these come loose. We'll see if this one does. So first test, I guess. This is an original R14 receiver. These would have had the HS18 headset, which would have been 2 of these on a cable, the R14s, and then there's also the HS33 that had the A&B H1. So this is the HB7 headset, but these are also R14 receivers. They were just kind of a, would have been, with these rubber cups, would have been for like air crew or something. But let's see if they fit. I don't actually know how these go in. I've never really played with these. Ah! If I loosen this, this gets looser. I can slide this in there. And then I don't know, is this supposed to stick through? I don't know. I've seen pictures of these sticking through, but I don't know if it's supposed to or not. That'll hold it like that, and that should, I don't know, in theory that'll hold it. And if I needed to, man, that's stiff. I don't know. What Price Glory does sell these headsets, both functional and non-functional, but they're like 70 bucks. They're like the price of one of these, and I'm cheap, so I'm going to see. I got this for like 20 bucks on eBay. I'm going to see if I can make something work, because I like this stuff, but I am too cheap to pay some of these prices. Let's see if these snaps work. The What Price Glory is just a nicer helmet. It just feels better, looks better. It, in my opinion, unless you're going to be doing something from afar, it's worth almost double the money. Let's see if this one, this leather is a lot thicker than this leather. For being, I think it's United Arab Emirates, it feels kind of Chinese. Yeah, it fits. This doesn't really do anything. I guess it will fit over that. Yeah. All right, so I think our options here, we're gonna have to do something drastic to this one to make it look better. But I did that on a separate video because it took way too long. And so this one I just turned into a review. Let me know what your thoughts are, if you have anything else you'd like me to look at and review, and thanks for watching.